Hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hello, my name is Harriet Citadel, Avian Alien Sentinel VTuber, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things. Welcome in. Hello, Jaden. Welcome. Hopefully, today, my models will actually function throughout. I came to the unfortunate realization that the problem was not in fact my V-Bridger, but actually it was my USB port. The USB port on my machine. Ow. So I needed to switch USB ports for my camera. Because corrosion is real. Unfortunately, that is a real issue. So, yeah. Less than pleasant, but hopefully it will stay functioning throughout tonight. I will need to take a firm bristled brush and some... I think it'll probably be... alcohol will be the best tool for the job, to see if I can brush off a little bit of that corrosion. Open up that port a little bit. Hopefully it'll get working again for at least another month or two. But yeah, I need to do maintenance on that because yesterday was pain with the model keeping on breaking, because it was like there was power to the camera. I could see it, the little light was on, it was trying to send signal, but it was just not getting through. So hopefully with the switched out USB port it will work today. Hopefully. We'll see. All of that aside, I really hope that Thursday has been treating everyone kindly. Hey, hi! How's my favorite Alien Sentinel VTuber today? Hello, Citrina! Thank you! Hey, I'm your favorite Alien Sentinel! Yay! Nice! How many other Alien Sentinels do you know? I wonder. I mean, so many people can't be on guard duty, can they? Surely. Actually, so many people can be on guard duty, it's fine. I'm not jealous that way, it's cool. All is good, all is good, all is good. Hello, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope that Thursday has treated everyone kindly. Hehehe. Not very many. Okay. It's okay, it's okay. Fun. Today, we are taking a break from commissions because I have not got it in me right now to work on design stuff when I did not actually get a chance to look through the references and internalize them. The ones that I got from Pessimistic Hype. I wanted to spend the earlier part of today doing that, but then I discovered that nope. It was my USB ports, and that was a long and painful process to figure that out. Also, I slept in this morning, and that was also less than pleasant. To wake up and realize, oh shucks, I'm 2 hours late to starting my day. Oh no. Doing well, just doing laundry today. Free draw day. Woo! Nice. Fun. Speaking of free drawing, today we are doing a little bit of self-indulgence arts. You might have picked that up from the stream title. But today my plan is there is a work-in-progress drawing that I had on my hard drive that I can't remember when I started it. I think I started it after stream at one point, whoops. Thinking, hey, let me just get this idea down before I lose all semblance of brain cells, and that was probably a mistake because I definitely slept less that day. But all of that aside, I started it, and it is now at a point where I have not looked at it for enough days so that I can see where all of my mistakes were. So we're going to learn a little bit, we're going to refine a little bit, improve a little bit of how this entire thing is put together so that I can polish up and render. And if we are very, very, very lucky, then we might actually also complete this illustration today. Although it might take 2 days. Maybe. We'll see. Because this is a strange one in the sense that we've actually got two characters in this one for a change of pace as well. And the two characters in question are, firstly and foremostly, I'm putting this on record, not a ship. Of mine, I don't do shipping. So if that is your vibe, then I am sorry. I am not pushing any ships. I just figured, oh, these two are both artsy people whose content I've been trying to watch more of lately. Not necessarily having victory with that attempt, but I've been trying anyway. And that is Wilhelm van der Bos and Vance van Creed, both of Beloby, the agency Beloby, under Brave Group. So I am going to be drawing those two, considering that it is summertime up there. I've got summery vibes going on in the drawing. And yeah, I will be very honest, the entire thing came to me because somewhere along the line I spotted a comment somewhere about owl legs, and I was like, okay, Wilhelm's really long legs, I gotta do something with owl legs. And then summer happened. And I have no excuses for myself. I have no excuses for myself. This is what happened. And I really want to finish this because it looks like it'll be an interesting illustration. One thing that I did do in this, which is a little bit off model, is that I did change Will's wing from the cloak sleeve, the cloak cape, to actual anatomical wing. Which is also a little bit more self-indulgence. But there are a couple of things that I want to tweak on this, because otherwise I'm not going to feel satisfied with myself. So let me just make myself a notes layer. And I'm just going to actually give this sketch of mine a red line so that I can see what all I want to change. It looks cool? Yay! I am glad. I am glad. But I'm just going to give myself a quick red line so that I can see what all I want to tweak. So firstly and foremostly, I went back and had a look at how owl wings are shaped, and this front feather needs to be shorter. So that immediately needs to get rounded and shortened. Okay. Clean that. Okay. Then the next thing that I need to look at is the perspective on this arm. And I'm actually also not entirely sure I want the thumb hooking into the top of the pants. I want to have a pocket here. So I'd rather have the thumb hook into the pocket. Or actually have the hand in its entirety in the pocket. I think that will maybe look better. So let's... put that in there. And that will obviously affect the entire arm going upwards. Want to not have it look like it's kind of compressed over there. So we're going to do that. Then I'm also not entirely happy with this back leg here. Like up until the knee, looks okay, but then the angle is a bit off. It looks like what we actually want is a little bit more of an upright angle on the foot here, and see a bit more of a forward shape on this leg. Because I feel like that will look just a little bit more consistent, I think. Now let me just get rid of all of these extras, bits of information here, so that I'm not confusing myself again. And that should give us good information there. I'm actually pretty happy with how the front leg looks, but it was just the back leg that was at a very strange angle. I feel like that's gonna read a lot more believably now. And I also want to reassess this hand because that is not how a hand holding an ice cream cone looks. So, we've got our cone. And I am literally posing with my own hand right now so that I can get a better sense of what I'm looking for here. Okay, then that will be the end of there. That scale is okay, but what's not okay is the angle on the thumb here. So there we go. So giving myself a couple of days to not look at the picture has given me already significant corrections that I could apply. I also went and actually hunted down some references again. Vance has a very strange tail as far as Crocs are concerned, because he's got extremely exaggerated standing scales. So I should probably stay on model with that, which means that's gonna become much, much taller and tighter. He's also not necessarily got the side row of scales that is also usually present. That side row of standing scales. It's usually just behind the rear leg, just a little bit as well. I do believe I started this before the announcement for his version 2 for his birthday happened. So yeah, we've got him on version 1 point whatever it was, short hair, not version 2 short hair. Whoops. But yeah, so that's a correction on Vance, but otherwise I think I'm happy with how he's put together. Ooh, this one is looking good. Thank you! Thank you, Joshua! Welcome in, welcome in. I hope that Thursday's been treating you kindly. But yeah, so I think as far as corrections go, this gives me a good idea of what all I wanted to do. Okay, so with that information in place, I'm just going to hide couple of things. This was my initial sketch, yes. Okay, so sketch face. Sketch, not sketch. There we go. I can only spell. Ah. Then what I want to do is I want to pull this out. Collapse that. And now we're going to grab hide that. Nope. Okay, just cut off everything that is absolutely wrong. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these final inks or if I'm going to refine them more. Actually, I think I'm going to use these because I want to experiment with this picture. I want to do some paint over at the end, so I need to leave myself some texture to work with as well. Tianuki, hello, hello. Hi, Harry. I love this perspective on this artwork. Oh my word. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. How are you doing? And thank you for the comment on this perspective. I'm really enjoying it because I really wanted to do something where I push perspective again. I enjoy doing push perspective, weirdly. I find whenever I get to do something for myself, I like trying to do something with push perspective. I'm doing fine. Popping in to say hi since it's been a minute. Oh, yeah, it has, it has. How are you doing today? I'm doing well, thank you. I hope that you've been doing alright as well. I spotted that you've gotten going on Regen, and I'm really proud of you. I hope that one day I will be able to actually join the waiting list to be able to throw something at you as well. One day. Hopefully not too far in the future. But yeah. Really, really excited for you. That's awesome. And I saw that it closed really quickly, which means that you got a good response, and that I'm also super proud of you for. Well done. Hey. Oh my gosh, thank you. It means a lot coming from you. Oh, no, you're doing an amazing job, and I adore your work, so I really want to root for you. Eck! Okay. There we go, there we go. Get rid of some of this debris. VGN has been kind, yes, yes, but that's beside the point. What's the plan with this commission? This one is not a commission. This one is actually just me being self-indulgent because I really wanted to draw owl legs. And I looked again and it was a summer piece. I have no excuses for myself. This one is total self-indulgence. Yes, so this one is Wilhelm van der Bos and Vance van Creed. They are VTubers from Globy, which is a VTuber agency under Brave Group. And yeah, they're both artsy people as well. They're both artsy people as well. So both of them do art streams too. And it's kind of really cool to see corpos who actually actively do art streams. So I've really been enjoying watching their stuff a bit as well. Personal art is so nice and comfy, especially for artists. Yeah! I mean, I have not been making a lot of time for personal art over the last like 3 years or so. So when I get an opportunity and an idea, I want to tackle it before I lose all motivation. And I've had this one sitting on my hard drive for a couple of weeks, too many now already. So I want to finish it while it's still summer in the Northern Hemisphere. And it gives me an excuse to work on leg anatomy, I think, because that's something that I have neglected a little bit. Just a little. Ooh, they sound cool. I don't know anything about VTubers, honestly, so this artwork being my first impression of them is all I need. They are actually really comfy. They're really comfy people. I think Citrina is here and she can give you confirmation on this. I think, yeah, actually this week is Crocodile Dude Vance's birthday week. I believe his birthday was actually yesterday. Yes, yesterday. And he just had a couple of new things come into existence. He showed off new outfit, new overlays, etc, etc. So he's got a whole bunch of cool new stuff out in the wild. Yes, I'm here and they are both extremely comfy. Yes! Ooh, so many birthdays this month. Yes, very exciting. Yeah, so, that was a good reminder for me to actually say, ooh, Harrier, you probably better work on this before everyone forgets that Vance version 1.0 ever existed. As well. And it's actually my first time drawing him. So there's that little detail. Deadline, deadline! Yes, you got this. Yeah. Deadlines of my own implementation. Mwahahaha. It's fun. It's fine. Now. Flip-flops. There we go. I have a feeling that we'll have Bill 1.0 for a little while longer. Ah. Ah. Yeah, I think if the Globy routine is to have the 2.0s on birthdays, then yes, we are going to still be in for a little bit of a wait. But it's gonna be worth it, I think. I think it's definitely gonna be worth it. Although I don't know about that being a tradition thing, or if it just worked out that way for Vance. It will be worth it, I'm sure. Oh, I am very, very sure it will be worth it. But everyone, that is a hydrate, and I still have not fixed my hydrate redeem. Okay. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. So, I don't know if, yeah. So, you'll see that now whenever I raise my eyebrows, they're not looking as worried as they were previously. So that was a little update that I did earlier this week to my model before my tracking decided to die. And with importing the new model, I have not actually yet had the chance on my VTube Studio to set up the item scene with the little water bottle again, so that whenever my streamer bot tells me, hey, it's hydrate time, then yeah. Is it being safe consumption required? Well, you see, that's just so that I have a legal disclaimer to say I did not tell you to drink brake fluid. I said safe for consumption. Whatever your species happens to be, I did not tell you to do anything. Specifically, don't drink brake fluid. If you are not in fact a brake disc, you should not be drinking brake fluid. And even then, if you're a brake disc, you shouldn't be drinking brake fluid either. I'm pretty sure that's the pneumatics. Anyway, hydraulics. Pneumatics is air. I'm getting myself confused. Harrier, get your brain out of mechanics for like 5 seconds. You don't know enough about this to yap. Not with any authority anyway. Okay. So, I think that is looking better, but I'm not happy with those toes. I'm not happy with the angle here because it does not give the impression of pressure. The angle on that is wrong. Why are feet such a weird thing? Structurally, they make no sense on the best of days, and now you've got to do them in perspective too. Now this ankle looks way out of proportion, so let's see. There we go. Clear that. Wait, no. Inside is lower than outside. That is better. Okay, that is better. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna fix is gonna be Barnes's tail. Undo. Alright, now clear that. And I think I want to actually dial up my stabilization on this brush a little bit more. Okay. There we go. Now, let me just think very carefully. My favorite part of putting laundry away is done. Now the dreaded hanging of clothes. Oh dear. Yeah. My least favorite part about doing the laundry, without a doubt, is definitely putting away stuff after it's folded. Like, the stuff that lives on hangers goes on hangers basically straight out of the washing machine, because most of that is not actually safe for a dryer. So basically as soon as it's dry, it just gets carried straight into the cupboard, and so that's a nice easy thing for me. But when it's the items that don't live on hangers that they need to actually get put away, it's like, ugh, I just want to procrastinate on that for a little while. And I don't know why. It's not that it's a difficult thing, it's just I don't know, something about it is just weird. And I don't wear clothes that needs ironing, and that's the worst part of the actual worst part of doing laundry, is ironing things. I hate the folding process the most, because like I'm trying to unfold it eventually, but I do it anyways because it looks neater. Yeah. And because if you don't fold it, then it's going to wrinkle. And that's even worse. Pessimistic Hype, hello, hello! Greetings before the last spurt at work. Yay! Good luck with the last spurt at work. Hope you have a fun stream and are doing great. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Greatly, greatly appreciated. Best of luck at the last spurt at work. We are indeed having a little bit of fun. We are just relaxing a little bit while I still mull over some things in terms of your references. I want to give it my fullest attention when I start on your character design thing. So for now I'm just doing a little bit of a recalibration, and then we will dive into your character design. Upon my return after my few days at work away from computer in the early part of next week. So alright, that is already looking a lot more balanced and a lot more there. So now the next thing is just repairing the hand. I think that's the last thing that needs repairing. I always just iron before going anyway, saves me time and the powerable. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind folding hangers on my least favorite part because I need to grab them all out the closet and most of the laundry needs to be hanged. I see. You see, I have this habit where when I take stuff out of... And actually it's a habit that my entire family have started weirdly, all at approximately the same time. And we never discuss this amongst each other, amongst ourselves. Is that we will, when we take something out of the cupboard that is on a hanger, we will take out the hanger out of the cupboard and put it on a shelf or other convenient surface nearby, or even on the door of the cupboard, which have these loop handles, so you can easily hook the hangers into the loop handles. So we'll have all of these empty hangers near the cupboard doors, but not actually in the cupboards that need to be fished out. So that when it's time to, okay, the stash of hangers that lives near the washing machine is now running low, we just grab our individual pile of hangers and take that through. It has made life infinitely more convenient since we started doing that. It's just... There is no longer an article of clothing upon this piece of plastic, therefore you shall no longer reside inside the cupboard. Mwaha. Sounds efficient. Yeah, it's... every household has its, quirks, I guess. It's a lived-in property, it's not a show house, so having your hangers lying around is not the greatest crime to ever befall the household. It's not like they're lying in the middle of the living room. Yeah. I'm not happy that this cone is the right shape though, hold up. Gravity is not working here because this second scoop is gonna fall at its current location. It is not gravitationally in line. That looks better. I don't want Bill to lose his ice cream to poor gravity. That would be sad. And I'm just going to not have that one looking like it's going to be covered in drip. That would be very sad, yeah. Oh. Question: when you go and get ice cream, do you get 2 different scoop flavors or the same flavor for both scoops? You know, in my vicinity, there are not actually places where you get scoops of ice cream. You either get like store-bought ice lollies, or you get soft serve. Those are your only 2 options. In my immediate vicinity. Like, we don't have gelato places in my vicinity, and of the gelato places I've seen in my country, they are also hopelessly overpriced. Oh my word. You can't afford ice cream. So when we do something like that, I'll probably do a soft serve, and then it's usually just the soft serve plain. Which will usually be vanilla. Like, once in a blue moon you find a place that also has chocolate, and I like doing the chocolate vanilla combo. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever had eaten more than 1 scoop on a cone in my life. Yeah. Like, on the, I think, 3 occasions in my life where I've actually gotten ice cream from a gelato place, all of them were in a little tub. They were all tubs, not cones anyway. Okay, I think we are there line art wise. Let me just doubly check with my references regarding owl wings. I just want to see owl wing in terms of the upper cupboards here, just how far back they go. Owl wing dorsal view. Okay. Nothing like taxidermy to tell you exactly what's going on with your feathering patterns. Oh boy. It's a little bit too far back here. By the looks of things. Very round, leading edges above. Yes. Yes. I always get 2 different ones because I can't choose between 2 usually. You know, that's very fair. Totally valid. Okay, clear that. And Alula are 3 a little bit pointier. Oh, hello there. Interesting, okay. So they're a bit pointier, yeah. Only 3 of them and that's broad. And they stack quite deeply, okay. The sun is rising, which means I return to my slumber. Oh my word. Have a wonderful rest of stream, Harriet. Thank you so much, Tianuki. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rest well. May the sun rays not keep you conscious. And before I go, remember, don't forget to smile. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rest well, rest well. I hope you enjoy your sleep. Ciao, ciao. Thank you for dropping in. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that works. Now I just want to get again ventral view. Okay, ventral view indicates that this is an awful lot fluffier and much less distinct. It's not like a orc where you'll actually be able to see that rather readily. Is there one that's slightly better? Let's go in my search ventral view. And let's see. I can get the picture that is on a living bird and not on a taxidermy. That will be helpful. But yeah, it's all actually super subtle. We're not actually going to see any of that. We're not going to see any of that. Okay. Okay. Okay, I will make do with that information being omitted from the line work. That's fine. So rename this layer to inks. Okay, show that again. Now, I'm not actually going to use the colors that I've laid down so far. But I think what I am going to do is I'm going to start by drawing our background in behind here. Because what I can then do is I can separate that out. Paint it proper. And generally have a better sense of where we're at. And I just want to see. Hopefully this won't lag too much. Okay, that's something. I think first things first, I need to decide what the paving is actually going to be like here, because this basically needs to be paved. Just line that up a little bit better. It's still wrong previously, but it's fine. And let's make this a through layer. There we go. Let's see. Let's start by grabbing our horizon and copy it, paste it above. Oh, I think that's going to be our first point of order here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I believe I've got a monochrome pattern, which ought to be something not entirely dissimilar from bricks. That looks a little bit like paving tiles. It's of a more interesting nature, but it's, I'm thinking, no, this is going to look boardwalkish. Okay, let's disable the mask. Let me think very, very carefully here. I am going to let's see. Can I apply perspective to this? Can I apply perspective to this? I can! Oh, I can! Yay! I was not sure. For the longest time, I was always doing battle. Yay! Enabled mask again. For the longest time I was doing battle with this because I did not know that one could apply perspective to these. Yay! Okay, but we've got to hydrate, so everyone acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage and let's take a sip! Yay! I didn't know I could apply a perspective. The things you learn, even though you've been using the software for mirrors, makes no difference a decade. Right? It's only a little embarrassing. It can be rotated and moved, yes. Now I just need to make sure that I've got my vanishing points okay, because why? We have an apparent vanishing point somewhere off screen over here. I do not want the bricks to be out of scale with the feet, because that would be weird. So, presently everything is breaking a little bit. We'll get it. We'll get it better. We'll get it better. You know what? Start from scratch. Delete. Start from scratch because that went dismally wrong in the last moment. Skew. Perspective. Now why is that creating a vanishing point over there? Okay. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get that. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get that. Undo, undo. Lock opacity here. I feel like this needs to be radar. This wants to be a radar brick. Tonal correction. Do saturation and luminosity. Saturation up. Value up. Hue. That looks a bit better. Brighter, happier, more summery. It wanted to be a radar brick. Hue variation. Let's do like this. It's a little bit much over there. I should throw in a little bit of texture as well. Okay. Let's merge that down. Now what I want to do is I want to duplicate this because I want to see if I do here rasterize that. I want to add a little bit of noise to this. And just breach. I'm not happy with that. Jaden, hello, welcome back. I want to use the spray. Let's see, does that break it up? Yes, it does. And I'm just also adding a little bit of a gradient as it's getting further away from us. So that it becomes less obvious at greater distances, because that's something that would happen in reality too. Okay. And I'm going to merge that down, apply the mask because I'm not going to use that anymore. Okay, and now edit, convert brightness to opacity. Okay. Full. Undo. Lock opacity, now full. There we go. Come over here, grab that again. I want to go. Let's go add layer here. Sky, thank you for the cookie! Welcome in! Thank you, thank you! Hello! I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. That brush is not the one that I'm looking for. This is the brush that I'm looking for. I think. Or is this the one I'm looking for? This is the brush I'm looking for. Yes. Our sunlight is going to be coming from around about just above our palm tree, so needs to hit on those edges. Firstly and foremostly. This so on the back edge. Sky, how are you doing? Thank you for the cookies, and I really, really hope that you're having a great day. I appreciate you stopping by. I know it's ridiculous hours of the day as well by you, so it does not go underappreciated. This is definitely inaccurate perspective, but I don't know if I've got it in me to fight it again. After I've come this far. I can still save it, so I'm gonna hide that, come over here again. Let's see if I can... save the perspective over here. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. I'm feeling better about that. So, I'm glad I did not throw that away. Hide it. Make it full opacity. Put the normal layer on. Make it white. Use that off just a smidge. Add a spray. Break it up a little bit. There we go. Merge that down. Apply the mask. Lock opacity and fill. No, first edit. Turn all. No, convert brightness to opacity. Then fill. Here we go. Come back over here. Grab our pale color. Ah, that looks better. I'm starting with the inorganic stuff on this because I really want to get the boring part out of the way. And it's easier to do the rendering on characters when you know where they are and what kinds of colors are going to be bouncing around them and off of them. Ooh, the perspective, yes. This is not the most systematic I have ever worked in my life, but it's fine. Probably. Mostly, anyway. Using the highlights to create some inconsistencies in the brickwork is also really not a bad idea. So that's why I'm not doing the cheat of basically duplicating the multiply layer and just recoloring it and shifting it to get us our highlights. I mean, I could do that, but it would look a bit too inorganic. I'm not obviously going to do every single brick, but I am just going to give enough so that when I start to blend the far ones out, I don't have to fight with not having enough to work with. It's already looking a little bit more like actual brickwork, so I'm happy so far. Happiness, happiness, happiness. We're getting close to the point now where I'm going to need to start reducing the opacity here. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add a mask. That's what I'm going to do. Grab here. Okay, that should give us some scope to work with. At this point I can throw in the character basis just so that I can get a sense of where all do I actually specifically need lighting information, but I don't necessarily spend my time on bricks that we're not going to even see. I just want to make this a normal layer quickly and grab that color, make it multiply again, and then unlock the opacity. But if I need to come back in and do some more paint over back here, I can. And that is time for a hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage and let's take a sip. There comes a point where just pseudo stroking along where the pattern seems to be works out. There we go. At which point we come back here. And something like that. Go. We'll also be blurring the further away from the characters we get, so I'm not too perturbed about being 100% on the details here. Okay. We are very near done with our brickwork. Now, something is bugging me in this composition. Let's try this. Just shrink that down ever so slightly. So, the thing that was bugging me is that we have everyone's face is really close to the margins, which I kind of understand. The main focus point was always going to be centered a little bit higher up. Let me do this quickly. Grab this color again. Fill with white. Mm. I'm just doing a quick assessment. You see, what's happening is that we've got a space here and a space here. You could make the purple shorts darker? Maybe, maybe. I will see when I get to the shading part if I need to do that, really. But what I'm looking at in the composition is that we've got basically a void over here and a void over here, which, if I was doing this as a comic panel, would be amazing, because that's exactly where I'd put speech bubbles, because this does look like a dialogue spot. And, you know, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing right now, is that this looks a little bit like a comic panel. I don't know that that's a bad thing. Like... Hold up. Let's see. Okay. And over here, if I put this on. And just quickly checking composition tools here. Don't keep aspect ratio. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was. We do get the line of sight drawn through in a way that's not entirely displeasing. Okay. Let me just take that away so that it doesn't show up in my time lapse. There we go. Okay, I'm happy actually. Now that I've just rescaled that ever so slightly. It was looking just too big. So I'm going to need to come back to over here and just quickly do that. Prepare. I love that it looks like a comic panel. You could put a white outline on the background and have it look like Will is stepping out of the frame. Oh, that is an idea. Oh, that is an idea. Oh, that is a very good idea, actually. I'm gonna do that. I'm stealing that idea because it's too good to pass up. That's too good an idea to pass up. What? So what I'm going to do is we're going to actually create a panel. Create frame, rectangle frame, yes. Brush size, let's make that 15. Put that over there. Main color on our panel, like so. Okay. This will work. This will work. Wahahaha. Now let me just make sure of our placements here. There we go. This fine sits here. I'll just need to make sure that when I paint Ball's wing that it doesn't go outside there. Because we want the wing to be inside the frame, but the hook to be outside. Do not show mask area. Enable mask, yes. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now I'm just going to quickly continue with our bricks, because we've still got some work to do on that. undo. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be my combination. Add a little bit more textural irregularity. Okay, now I just want to add a little bit more texture with this as well. Okay, so that's that. We have almost got a ground. Let's like something. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of that in a group for it brown. Okay. Now the next thing that we've got in here is this line of buildings in the back. The ground looks beautiful. Ah! It hopefully serves the purpose of looking like an outdoor, well-worn piece of pavement. So happy. The next thing we're going to need is going to be this line of buildings in the back. So, buildings. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my canvas so that our horizon is more upright, so that I don't have, you see here we've got this very skew slant on these buildings, which we don't want. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a color, and we're going to grab our rectangle tool, and we're going to just, oh no, am I being stupid? I'm being stupid, yes. We can have the slant because we've got we can have the slant because we've got vanishing points. So let's think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide our people here for a second. I'm going to hide our ground. I'm going to hide our background here. And I'm going to go and edit. No, not edit. I'm going to just rotate my view here to 90 degrees. So that I've got something to work with. I'm not going to go full. And full. And full. And we're gonna grab another one like that and full. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we're gonna lock the opacity. And I'm going to add a little bit of color variation. So we're going to shift this to a little bit of a sort of soft gray color. Okay. And then this one we're going to go for a more subtle sandy color. There we go. Now if we make this upright again, edit, transform, put horizontal because I had those the wrong way around. There we go. Okay. Now in here, slightly darker and just fill like that. There we go. And over here, we're going to grab that. Okay. Show our ground again. Okay, that ought to do the trick, yeah? Hide this for a bit. Unlock. It doesn't need to make sense at this point. Tolerance down to 1. Yeah, got that color. Now, that is a hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest staple consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. Okay. Cheating Architecture 101. Undo, undo, undo. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this, hide the top one, and come over here. Okay, that is not it. That is not the ticket. That is not the ticket. Clear. Duplicate. Hide. Move. Expand by 1. Delete. Okay. I'm going to grab that again. And I'm just going to pull those in because they're not adding anything. Where is that? Okay. Okay. Start with a little bit of reflection from our pavement. And then give a sense of an ocean. In the back. As that would be reflected in the glass. Put that down. Multiply. Transfer down, bow dodge, bigger. Merge down. Okay. I feel like we are missing something over here. So let me just... Is that upright-ish? Aha. There's the angle. And I do actually want to use that button, so we're gonna just hit the full button there. Okay,